Hey friends, welcome to the craft room. I'm really glad you're here. We have so much we need to talk about because I have so many ideas for this new year. It is very exciting to me. My husband and I have been brainstorming some new games. We've been talking about ordering some new fabric. I've picked a ton of new quilt patterns that I'm excited to work with you. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited to spend the year with you. First things first, though, I wanted to talk about doing a live stream. A little bit ago, I asked about what your thoughts were on that, and it was mixed reviews, which was great. I'm grateful for the feedback both ways. Some of you are for it, some of you are not. That's not your jam. That's awesome. I think we're going to give it a try anyways, just to see if it's for us. I think we're going to take that opportunity though, and during the live, to help with my orphan block situation, which I did not know was a term until just recently. So thank you. I feel very educated for all of you seasoned quilters out there. I think we're going to clear my baskets and I'm going to start sending people projects. I really just don't have the heart to keep them on the shelf anymore. And there's absolutely no way that I'm going to throw anything out, right? So we're going to go through baskets during the live. Spoiler, this is one of them. I'm going to see who wants them, and I'm going to send you everything in this basket. So that's extra fabric, that's cuts, that's finished blocks. So there will be a small price tag on them, just mostly for shipping. But I really would love to get these into other people's hands who are willing to finish them, or I even have some quilt tops that need to go. So that will be on the 17th of January. I'm really looking forward to that. Like I said, just to kind of feel out if this is for us, maybe have a little bit more quicker communication. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. You never know until you try, right? It has been asked if we're going to do a quilt along. So I am not opposed to a quilt along, but then I realize that's literally what we do. We pick quilt patterns and then we just work our way through it. So even on this mulberry one right here, we walked through each of these blocks, right? And Stars for Carter, that one we worked through, and it had different blocks. So we technically do quilt alongs already. So I have found a new pattern. It's a sampler pattern that I'm really looking forward to. And I think we're going to work on it together. There are 13 total blocks. There are 12 little blocks around that big giant center block. And I just think it is the prettiest quilt top. They're calling this the vintage restyle. So they've done a lot of traditional blocks and just kind of like zhuzhed them up a little bit more, kind of made them a little bit more modern. And I'm really looking forward to them. But full disclosure, I am not a fan of curves. I feel like I take a lot of time to get everything lined up, and I'm always like a 1/4 inch short, like every time. So that being said, you are going to have to help me through these curves. I'm very proud of myself that I picked something, a quilt pattern like this, to do with you, because then you can keep me accountable. I can't like hide from the curves, but you have to like walk me through these. Even if it's just emotional support, like, don't cry, you can do this. I'm really looking forward to this one. I will link this pattern in the description so that you can get it. I think we're going to do every other week. We will work on a block from this quilt, whether it's a continuation of one block or a new block. So this won't take us all year, but it'll take us a couple of months. And I think that'll be perfect timing, because then we can try other sampler quilts that I found. I really made an effort not to go super star heavy, because I learned that I am just drawn to stars. Star quilts just make me happy. So this one, I was really branching out, but the next sampler quilt is like 100% stars, and I am so pumped. Probably because there's no curves in it. So that's just kind of a little heads up on quilt patterns. I do have other designs that I have found that I'm really excited for. but they will be a one video and done kind of thing like we have been doing. So lots of good things coming. I would love to have you quilt with me and walk me through curves. Next up is fabric. My husband and I have been chatting that it's a little bit stagnant in here. We need to get an influx of some more fabrics. I mean, the holidays hit and ordering stuff was not a priority, right? But now that things have settled, let's start seeing some new things come in. And so that's where I'd like to ask you, what are you looking for? My goal for these next couple of orders are less flowery fabrics, so a little bit more neutrals, whether that be stripes or polka dots or, you know, so less florals. And then I also want to get more low volume prints. So low volume like that. That is on my to purchase list. So what would you add? Are there colors or patterns or panels? Like what are you looking for? What's something that we can work on together? Any feedback is great. I've revamped a lot of our color bundles, especially this blue one. There's no teals in this blue anymore. It's just blue. So they've gotten some new pictures. I've added some more fabrics to them. These are by far my best sellers in the shop. So they needed a little bit of a makeover. It was well overdue. And our game. So our new game is we are going to pick 3 coordinating fabrics. You will not know what they are. And I will send you 3 fat quarters, and you have to use those 3 fat quarters in a block. You can use as little or as much of those 3 colors that I send you, but they have to be in your block. You're more than welcome to add other things to them, but you get to decide how you use them. I'm really looking forward to this because I am excited to see what quilt patterns you will choose. And if I'm honest, I'm a huge dreamer. Like I think like, but I thought it would also be really cool when this is over, if we could get everyone's blocks together and make a giant sampler quilt from just us. I think that would be the coolest quilt ever. We could even auction it off and donate money to charity, but I just really think that would be really cool. So it would at least be cohesive on the context that there will be 3 of the same colors in every block. But I think it would be really cool to bring it all together for a sampler quilt. So that will probably pop up in February. So something definitely to look forward to. I'm pretty excited about it. We haven't thought of a clever name for it yet, so we're still working on it. I'd like to do like a fun acronym like BYOB, but totally change what it means, because I just thought that was hilarious. Sometimes I am like my biggest fan. I just think I'm the funniest person alive. But I was like, what can we do for like FBI or like TNT, or you know what I mean? So we're thinking of trying to think of a clever name to go off of an acronym. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if we're clever enough and something comes to us. Last thing, and then I promise we're done here. Okay, real talk. I am grateful for Etsy. I'm grateful that it has been a platform for me to grow onto. But fees this year were a huge heartbreak. That was really hard for me because this quilt shop obviously is wonderful for my brain, and it makes enough that it supports itself that we get to keep ordering new fabric. But any excess goes towards my family. Having kids is expensive, right? Life is expensive, right? And so it was really hard for me to see fees this year from Etsy and think, do you know what other things I could have done with those fees? So this is kind of like, I don't know. We had thought about doing a standalone website previously, but I think now this is kind of like lit a fire under me. Like we've got to do something different. So My only hesitation with that is I'm afraid that if we leave Etsy, then we'll lose that momentum that we've already created. We have people that have favorited the shop or favorited items in the shop or have received coupons from us to come back or to, you know what I mean? So we have a lot of things going in Etsy right now that I just don't want to like totally abandon. But I would like to be able to go to a standalone website because then fees will be drastically less. So we can put more back into the quilt shop. But also the perk of doing the standalone website is I can carry Rifle Paper Company. That is their requirement. I love Rifle Paper Company. I think I talk about it because I try to squeak it in. Here's one that I just know is right there. I try to squeak it in whenever I can, but I just love their design style and I love all of their fabrics. Cotton and steel prints their fabrics and it's really high quality fabric. I'm a huge fan. But if I have my own website there, then we can carry Rifle Paper Company, which really makes me excited. And if we can carry more products, the bigger we get, then I can work up to Moda. I have to be a certain size. I have to carry so many items to qualify to carry Moda, which is like the ultimate goal is to carry Moda. So this is like a huge information dump, but it's like, I don't know how to make that transition. I know that some people double dip in Etsy and their own standalone site, but I guess I just need positive feedback that we would go to the website as well. So that'll be work on my part. I am not huge into, like, I know what I want because I can imagine it, but making it like actually happen is not in my skill set when it comes to website, you know, stuff like that. Like that's not my wheelhouse. I can imagine it all day, but so just more of a, if you start seeing a transition, that's why. I would really love to be on the standalone site, but I mean, like I said, we'll just have to like do a slow wean, I guess. I'm not sure how that'll look, but I'm just really grateful for you all. Thank you for your support and your continued support. I'm really looking forward to new things so that this business can continue to grow. It's made a real impact on my mental health. My husband says that a lot, but I'm going to be very vulnerable with you here. This has been very good for my mental health, and I'm really grateful that you all are here and that we're doing this together. So, fabrics, let me know. Let's keep hoarding together. I mean, professionally collecting. Quilt top, grab this one. Let's work through curves together. And then the live will be on the 17th. Oh, I didn't tell you what time. The 17th at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'll talk about all of my poor abandoned quilt projects over there. And it'll just be great to kind of see you guys in a different context. So until next video where we will actually be sewing. We'll see you then, friends. Bye.